You and me.
I wasn't telling her
So
anything.
you were 100% honest to her?
Absolutely.
I don't feel bad for you. I actually feel bad for her because by you bringing that woman to Michigan, and that is my fault, I take accountability.
Barriers and Gino's unconventional behaviors, such as wearing a hat indoors and using a shared email account. Despite these quirks, Jasmine and Gino's connection deepened, leading to their engagement. In June 2023, Jasmine and Gino married. However, their union faced immediate challenges. Jasmine accused Gino of causing her emotional trauma, while Gino expressed frustration over their lack of intimacy and constant arguments. These issues were prominently featured on 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, where Jasmine revealed her participation in a pageant to gain Gino's attention, and Gino admitted to feeling worn out by their constant fighting. In an attempt to salvage their relationship, Jasmine proposed an open marriage, allowing both partners to explore relationships with others. Gino agreed, and the couple appeared on 90 Day, the last resort to navigate this arrangement. However, this decision led to further complications, including Jasmine's emotional attachment to Matt Brownies, a fellow participant on the show. In a shocking turn of events, Jasmine announced she was pregnant with Matt's child, not Gino's. This revelation came as a blow to Gino, who felt betrayed and blindsided. Jasmine clarified that their marriage had already ended before the conception, stating, "This happened way before I conceived my daughter with Matt. By the time it happened, Gino and I were done with our marriage and no longer part of an open marriage swan." Gino, devastated by the turn of events, calculated that he had spent approximately $75,952 on Jasmine during their relationship, including expenses related to her K-1 visa, green card, and their wedding. He expressed his feelings of betrayal, stating, "Jasmine ripped my heart into this many pieces." WhatAFWastePeople.com. The public's response to Jasmine's actions has been mixed. Some viewers criticized her for her decisions, while others empathized with her situation. Online forums and social media platforms have been abuzz with discussions about the complexities of her relationship with Gino and her subsequent relationship with Matt. Can make mistakes. Check important info. Jasmine and Gino were shown broken up on the tell-all event for 90 Day, the last resort, and Jasmine also dropping the bombshell that she was pregnant with the child of Matt, who she began seeing when she had convinced Gino to open their marriage. But the 7 other couples, Brandon and Julia, Tigalili and Adnan, Kara and Guillermo, Jovi and Yara, Elizabeth and Andre, Loren and Alexei, and Darcy and Silva, are all married and hoping to last forever. In People's exclusive sneak peek at the upcoming new episode of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, airing Sunday, September 28th, Gino is seen in a coffee shop, literally adding up the accrued expenses he paid throughout his years-long relationship with Jasmine. "I supported her 3 years in Panama financially, and then it easily cost me $10,000 for the K-1 visa and her permanent residency green card paperwork," he says, then adding the cost of their wedding, which was shown on 90 Day Fiancé Season 10. The former couple, who first met online in 2019 and were introduced to He World on 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 days, tied the knot in June 2023. Their tumultuous relationship landed them on 90 Day, the last resort, where they agreed to an open marriage, but their relationship has since fallen apart. Jasmine and Gino were shown broken up on the tell-all event for 90 Day, the last resort, and Jasmine also dropping the bombshell that she was pregnant with the child of Matt, who she began seeing when she had convinced Gino to open their marriage. But the 7 other couples, Brandon and Julia, Tigalili and Adnan, Kara and Guillermo, Jovi and Yara, Elizabeth and Andre, Loren and Alexei, and Darcy and Silva, are all married and hoping to last forever. Jasmine's family, meanwhile, also had no idea that Jasmine had agreed to an open marriage with Gino and got pregnant with another man's baby. Jasmine said she felt ashamed, and because she had chosen not to be honest with her relatives, she couldn't have their support. Matt and Jasmine bickered at the beach because Matt wanted her to breastfeed their baby, and she didn't want to. Matt asked Jasmine to take it down a notch, and they were both at least looking forward to an ultrasound. Matt said he hoped Jasmine was pregnant with a baby boy because he'd love to have a son with whom to do things. When Jasmine and Matt went to the ultrasound, Jasmine joked about how the baby probably wasn't going to look like her because she's had so much plastic surgery. I want a boy, and we're going to put cars together, and it's going to be a bunch of guy stuff, Matt shared in a confessional. I am convinced it's a boy because this baby never stops moving and Jasmine's been eating like crazy. It reminds me of a hyper and hungry little boy. Matt, a supposed tough guy, according to Jasmine, had tears in his eyes when looking at his baby, and Jasmine seemed overjoyed. She told Matt that the baby appeared to look just like him. 90-Day Fiance, Happily Ever After? Featured Jasmine Pineda breaking the news to Gino Palazzolo she's pregnant and moving to Florida with Matt Branasterianu, Julia Trubkina announcing she doesn't want to have children, and a friendship fallout during the Season 9 episode that aired Sunday. Jasmine and Gino were shown broken up on the tell-all event for 90 Day, The Last Resort, and Jasmine also dropping the bombshell that she was pregnant with the child of Matt Branasterianu, who she began seeing when she had convinced Gino to open their marriage. But the 7 other couples, Brandon and Julia, Tigalili and Adnan, Kara and Guillermo, Jovi and Yara, Elizabeth and Andre, Loren and Alexei, and Darcy and Silva, are all married and hoping to last for Eve. Julia's mother gave Julia her grandmother's gold jewelry to wear with her wedding dress, and Julia gushed about how good this moment felt. Brandon and Julia then essentially renewed their vows on the beach in what turned out to be a lovely ceremony with Julia's Russian parents present. Julia's mother wished the couple good luck and fortune, and her father broke down into tears as he wished for love and happiness for the couple. Julia called all the support priceless, and she gushed about how she was so deeply happy inside. Brandon even read a sweet speech to his wife in Russian. After the wedding, the family enjoyed a big dinner and celebration together. Julia revealed how she needed surgery to remove polyps that would hopefully correct her hormones and enable her to get pregnant. Julia, however, didn't know if the surgery was even going to make it possible for her to conceive. Julia said she and Brandon had to decide whether to have the surgery or just give up on having kids altogether. Betty didn't want Julia to shut the door on the idea of having a family, but Brandon's father Ron said it was Julia's decision to make since it was her body and she'd need to have a potentially risky procedure. Brandon wanted to make the decision as a married couple, and then Julia announced, "My decision is I don't want to have kids. It's my decision. I don't want to." This news upset Betty, who acknowledged how Julia's biological clock was ticking, and Brandon appeared angry and disappointed. Julia said she didn't want to risk complications from the surgery, and then Brandon lamented, "Do you even care how I feel?" Brandon told the cameras he didn't want to go through life without a child, but Julia asked him not to talk about this at their wedding reception. "I'm emotionally tired. Give me time. Don't press me. Support me. That's all I ask," Julia declared, adding how she and Brandon needed to focus on their relationship and maybe take a vacation. While Jasmine Pineda and Matt Branasterianu's relationship is struggling on 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, it seems they're thriving in the present long after filming took place. The couple got over her fears of Matt abandoning the child and are living life with little Matilda, albeit with a major change for both of them. We've seen 90 Day Fiancé cast members go through major transformations in the past, such as when Tiffany Franco posted pics following her weight loss, or when Andrew Kenton gained a ton of muscle mass. That said, in all my years of watching, I'm not sure we've seen this, but the reasoning behind the big change makes sense for both Matt and Jasmine. Matt recently celebrated his birthday on Instagram, and Jasmine decided to commemorate the day with a big reveal on Instagram. Check out a photo of the couple below, both with bald heads.